Welcome, guys. It's another episode of the Neutral Corner. It's Danny Glover, proudly sponsored by Treasure Boxing Club. And today we've got our guest, the WBO European Cruiserweight Champion, Ellis Zorro. Welcome, guys. It's another episode of the Neutral.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, bro. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, man. You know, it's been a long time coming. You let me down last time, but for good reason, because you was in training camp. I realized when I see you with man like Eric Tamer and that.
That's it. Yeah, man.
So I was like, you got to stay focused. So it's good that you've come through and blessed the set. So yeah, man. I'm gonna get into your whole journey, life story and stuff. So let the people know more about you. So just a quick introduction. What area you're from, background, etc.
So I'm 30 years old. I grew up in Lewisham, Southeast London. I'm still in Lewisham, and I started boxing. When I started boxing at Brunel University. In my second year, so I was 20 years old, turning 21. Had my first amateur fight at Brunel. Graduated, then had 2 more amateur fights in 2016. And then turned pro 2017.
Okay, that's an interesting thing. There's a lot of similarities between, because all right, so we'll start off. So how was it growing up in Lewisham, like as a kid and stuff? Like what part of Lewisham was it?
I grew up in Ladywell.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually born in Ladywell, like Frontline, Trafford, McDonald's.
Yeah.
I was basically a road behind there. It's called Jutland Road.
Yeah.
Sat near Mansfield.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So it was calm, but Lewisham, 90s baby or whatever. So there's certain things that you're around. But I weren't like heavy in the mix. I don't want to give the impression I was like out here on the roads like that, like dibble and dabbled at times.
You went to People's Day and Ladywell swimming baths.
I went for Bristol Boys as well. And that's got the reputation.
Yeah, let me tell you about the reputation because I don't know if you know that I used to go there.
Yeah, no, I know, bro.
Yeah. So,
and you're a bit older than me, innit? So,
I left before.
Your year was a bit mad.
Yeah, so what it is, I'm so proud of you because what it is, you've kept the reputation going that our school is just full of like savages and fighters because even before me, there was man there. Pound Sterling used to go to our school as well. He does the Muay Thai. Then obviously me, boxing, Dan Aziz, boxing.
Are you same age as Dan?
No, I'm 2 years older than him.
2 years older, right?
Yeah. Or 3 years.
Dan's another one still.
I'm 3 years older than Dan.
3 years older than Dan. Okay. Right.
Yeah. And then yourself. And then funny enough, like you said, you started boxing in uni, which Dan did as well.
Yeah.
So when you said that, I was like, wow, that's mad similar. You both went to the
kind of late, innit?
Same school and then started boxing in uni.
Yeah, I think he went Essex or
Chelmsford,
something like that.
Yeah, Colchester or something like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so okay, so you was around all that. So then, how was school life for you then? What primary school did you go in?
I went St Michael's, which is like in Sydenham. So it's like off Mayor Road. It's not far from Forest Hill. It's like 2 roads away.
I know it.
And then I went Forest Hill between year 7 and year 9. And then I got kicked out of Forest Hill. Yeah.
Okay.
Not great.
Why?
I think I was just on report, bro. Like I was just on report. Like there was no like one specific thing that went down. I was just on report. And then, do you remember Miss Martin? She did drama.
Yeah.
I had my hat on indoors and she took it off. And I kind of snatched it and not pushed her, but whatever. I just snatched it back in it.
Pulling a push.
Yeah, little cold touch. And then like she's like dramatic, like gone. She's what do you call
it?
She didn't
milked
like
it.
go on the floor, but she milked it. She went very dramatic. And I'm just like, I just snatched the hat, but I got, and that was like my last straw basically. So I got kicked out. Then that was year 9. I kind of chilled at home for a piece, and then I went to a school called Ravenswood.
Oh yeah.
In not Ravensbourne, Ravenswood, over in Bromley. like near Bromley College.
Yeah, I know where it is.
That one.
Yeah.
Because most people get confused with
Ravensbourne up Catford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then flipping, stayed there until like my A levels really. Then after my A levels, went uni.
Okay. So
Yeah,
how was school in Ravenswood?
Ravenswood is different. So in Forest Hill, like Forest Hill was a good school at the time, but it was just like depending on who you moved with or who you know. And I was kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
So I was caught up in certain things, but it was just like, it's a boys' school. Do you know what I mean? You know how it is.
Testosterone.
Yeah, man. So it's just, I'm all growing up, like finding ourselves kind of thing. So I was cool. I was in lesson, but I was on report and I was kind of in and out of class. I had a mentor and whatnot. But overall, like I was cool. But I improved a lot more once I went Ravenswood, if I'm honest. Just like no distractions, no social group. I still didn't like school heavily, but I improved a lot still.
Yeah. So what house was you in Forest?
I was in Shackleton.
Oh, is it right? Come on.
Shackleton.
So, yeah. Miss Gear.
No, Miss Hitchcock. I forget her name. You know where I've been a couple schools now. Like I forget certain teachers, but no, it was Miss Hitchcock or something. Her name.
Oh, they might have changed it by the time.
You got there, I'm 92.
Yeah, was Mr. Walsh still there?
Yeah. You know he passed away, innit?
Yeah.
So he was there for like a couple of years. He must have passed away. I think when I was like over 18.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember.
Miss Levens, Miss Arthur.
Mr. Debba.
What's his name is still there? Like Mr. Taylor, Mr. Griffiths.
Yeah, Mr. Griffith. Yeah.
I still see Mr. Griffiths, man. So man. It's mad.
Oh, that's good. So what made you get into boxing when you went to uni then?
So I feel like where I had like from year 7 to year 11, I weren't really interested in school.
Yeah.
I got an older brother, a bit younger than you, and he's like the opposite, like proper academic on his job. He went Brunel, and like in my family, it was just a thing of, you're gonna go uni because your brother went uni. So I was just trying to. So where I made my GCSEs, now I didn't think I'd get them, but I got my GCSEs. Then I ended up getting AAB in my A levels.
Oh, congratulations, man!
Yeah, man. Sociology, business, and sport. Then I was just in a place where I was like, right, I can actually go uni. So I went, but I still didn't know like what I was gonna do, like job wise, career wise. Didn't have much drive to do anything in that realm.
Yeah.
And then I think it was just second year, Brunel and Loughborough, they're kind of like sporting unis.
Yeah.
And they had like a freshers fair where they was putting on like a boxing thing. And it was just like out on the strip, if that makes sense. Like, and there was just holding pads or whatever. So I just went with my boy. And then I got into it that's just how I started getting into it. It's just a keep fit thing. But it weren't like proper. But I think I had the amateur bout. But then when I graduated, I was working in HR. And it was cool, the money was good or whatever, but it was just like, bro, sitting at a desk, like reading hella paperwork, like it weren't really me, you know. So I thought, right, let me give this boxing thing a little crack.
Yeah.
Because I used to kick ball like in school.
Okay.
But the football thing, it's just like not politics, but like team. I didn't like the team aspect, like you got to rely on other people. But in boxing, I feel like you get out what you put in, kind of thing. It's an individual sport in that sense, so that was attractive. Yeah. So that's kind of why I pursued it. Before I knew it, I was 3-0 as an amateur, and then I was over, skipping a bit, I was over in Miguel's, and on the ends, like Miguel's is like the only gym on the ends. So like Richard Riapple was there, Isaac Chamberlain, John Harding Jr., Dylan White was there, Chris Congo was there. And these guys,
what do you mean, for amateur wise or pro wise?
For pros.
Okay.
Yeah, like obviously there was the Peacock Gym in East London.
But you mean like South London?
The South side, it was like, so most of them man was over there. So I would just go there, and I was an amateur, but they were like 2-0, 3-0. Some of them, obviously Dylan was a bit more. And I would look at some of them, and I was sparred with like Richard and Isaac or whatever, and Chris and John Harden. And they were better than me, but like the levels weren't, considering they were like, you know, pro. So I thought, right, like, I'll just try my hand at this, basically. And yeah, then literally it's been a mad journey, bro. Like, but yeah. It's been a mad journey still.
So was you much of a fighter like in school?
No,
school
not really.
days?
Like, now that I'm doing boxing, I will say that I never really had a proper fight in my life, like a proper one-on-one. Like
is it?
Yeah. In school, it's like
Russians.
It's a gang thing, or it's a fight that lasts 10 seconds, or you hit someone and they hit you first. It's just one of them ones.
But your generation was a bit
proper,
different. Like our one, we used to go to a place called Dog Shit Alley. I don't know if you know it.
In Forest Hill?
Yeah.
Near the station and that?
Yeah. So we used to go there. Me and you after school.
Let's sort it out.
Yeah, and then
Remember
everyone
Abdul's?
walks it.
Remember
Abdul's,
I had
shop.
a few things at Abdul's, but again, it's not like
Yeah, you ain't doing 30 minutes.
I don't want to paint this picture that I was a mad scrappers in school because I just wasn't.
Yeah.
I just wasn't that. No.
Yeah. No, that's good though. Not everyone is. But so then you said you're gonna charge your hands. So then how did you find your trainer and your management team?
Bloody hell. So 3-0 as an amateur, but I had taken breaks. There was over the like I said, between 2013 to 2015, 16, and I was obviously working at the time. I don't know if you remember in the amateurs, the ABA and the Alliance thing. Do you know about this?
That's a new thing.
Yeah.
I need to get to the bottom of this.
So basically, like all the clubs were in the ABA. Under the ABA thing.
Yeah.
Then like some split. So like
political split.
And there was different rules, like no head guards for these lot, head guards for these lot. Different weight classes were created, like the 81 kilo and 86 kilo. They threw the cruiserweight or whatever heavyweight back down to 86. So like basically, as a 3-0, I was at the Lynn these times. If I wanted to get about double jab, Peckham, LCB, all the other clubs that in the area, they were with the ABA.
Yeah.
So I couldn't have bouts of them.
That's what Jim told me. That's what Jim and that's what Jim Elwin.
Yeah. They were the Alliance.
They told me that the Lynn's with the Alliance.
So like if I wanted to get about without entering like Haringays or ABAs, and at 3-0,
that's not much. Yeah.
I might have to go to like Birmingham to find someone to have a bout with.
Yeah.
At this weight, at 91 kilos, there's not a lot of people about anyway. So that's why I turned pro. Anyway, to answer your question, turned pro, Roy Connor, who was an amateur coach at the Lynn, he coached the juniors. He agreed to kind of take me on. But I had tried my hand to bare coaches, bro. Like a lot of coaches.
So did you see my pictures in the Lynn?
I didn't, no.
So I was on the wall.
I see a picture of Tunde in there.
Yeah.
Tunde.
With Sparks and Spud.
Yeah. This one as well. But no, I see Tunde in there. But no, like a lot of trainers like turn me down or nah, you're only 3-0 or whatever. So yeah, I was stuck with Roy. Not like that. Roy was my guy, but he was an amateur coach. He weren't really he had never coached professional before. Yeah. Had 2 bouts with him, went 2-0, then left him because I just felt like he weren't really serious like that kind of thing. Like I wanted to do this thing properly as I have, and I just felt like his energy wasn't necessarily matching me. Yeah. He would cancel sessions or he's always got stuff on, stuff like this. But good guy, like a proper love Roy still. Did my own thing, just coaching myself for a bit. Then I joined Daily Perales, I think his last name is. The Daily Effect.
Yeah. He trains that guy in
Deji.
In Kingpin, the tall guy. He looks like my friend Josh Ejak Povey.
What is he?
He's
his
black.
name Martin?
No, he trains the what's his name?
You know KSI's brother, Deji.
Yeah,
he trains Deji.
No, but he trains this guy. His main guy is the King Kenny.
Okay, yeah. Another he's a YouTuber, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he trains Martin. I think Martin Foru, his name is. He's good.
Okay.
I think super middleweight or light heavyweight. So yeah, went with Daily, but that was over at All Stars at the time.
Okay.
All Stars.
Yeah, West London.
Kind of a trek. Yeah. So I was going there, but like going there every day, the travel just become a bit of a mission. So after that, I joined the coach I'm with now, Mickey Burke. Stayed with Mickey Burke. We'll cover this in a bit more detail, but I stayed with Mickey Burke till I was 9-0. Then, because I was with Goodwin up to that point, then my management contract come to an end just as COVID started. Yeah, wasn't sure if small hall boxing was even going to be on again. During COVID, there was a lot of like madness happening. I was like, I need to get on the TV platform. So I went to the Peacock Gym, the new Peacock Gym. Yeah, signed a management deal with Martin Bowers. Yeah. I initially went over there for a 2-week trial so that he can see me because I already had a coach. Yeah. But it's like, just at the time, it was like Denzel was there, Chris was there, Louis was there. The sparring was better. The gym facilities was better. It was just like, Martin wanted me there. It was kind of like, if I'm not there and I'm signed by him, it's like out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Yeah. So it just made sense for me to go and stay there. So I stayed there for 2 years. And then, after the deck fight, I moved house. I moved out to like BR2.
Is that Orpington?
Petswood Orpington.
Yeah.
And going to Epping Forest every day from Lewisham was a bop anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like going over from there is just a hype. So yeah, basically come back to Mickey now. But since I joined Mickey when I was like 4-0, it was blessed. But before then, it was difficult.
Yeah.
It was really difficult, man. Like, I went to Goodwin, I sat down in his office, and it was basically like a ticket deal, which was calm. I understood that. But I didn't really get the sense Goodwin was taking me very serious either.
Okay.
Just because I turned up with no trainer. I didn't have a trainer at the time.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like, I've had 3 amateur fights. I want to turn professional.
Yeah.
I had to have a trial with the British Boxing Control.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't let me turn pro. Just I had to have a trial. So I had to,
you have to go on one of those.
Yeah,
okay,
man.
that's good. You've mentioned that, you know,
yeah.
because everyone thinks that they can just bust through.
No, you can't just turn pro.
Not everybody. So explain to the people how that goes.
So if you try to turn professional and you haven't had enough amateur fights, or I believe white collar fights, they want to see that you're, I guess,
competent.
Yeah.
So what they do, they set up like a sparring sort of session.
Yeah.
And they see how you shape up, how you move.
They didn't ask me to spar. That rule had just finished.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that rule had just finished. They didn't ask me to spar. They asked me to shadow box, hit the pads, and hit the bags. And that was at the Old Peacock in Canning Town. So yeah, I did that. And then, turned professional, got my license. But like I said, Goodwin weren't really...
Yeah, I can understand. If you've got no training, 3-0, he don't know you from nowhere. Yeah. He's going to think, away
I think
corner.
The way I was coming across as well, like I wasn't...
confident.
No, it's not that. I think I was too confident.
Oh.
That this is what I wanted to do. So he was kind of like, this guy don't know what he's getting himself into.
Yeah.
Anyway... had my debut, broke my hand in my debut, and then but I performed really well considering it was like my full fight ever. And I think the journeyman that I just fought had just come off the back 2 fights ago. He fought Wadi Camacho, who at the time was Southern Area champion.
Okay.
And I just schooled the guy basically. Yeah. But I think, you know, when you're like an anomaly like that, sometimes people are, it's just a fluke.
Yeah.
And I think some of my first few bouts like were like that. Like they weren't. And Goodwin's a good guy. He's a small hall promoter. He does what he does. He puts on shows. He gave me 9 fights in 2 and a bit years. So
that's good.
I can't complain at all. I was very active. But some of my opponents, like my second fight, I fought a guy who was 1-0 with 1 KO. No footage of him. Weren't the great, and I stopped him in the first round, but it weren't the greatest like matches that I was
matchmaking.
Yeah, considering it's like my first pro fight and the second. So yeah, and Goodwin was kind of doing that for a while. Like I even had a bout of him where I said, look, I want to go down to like heavyweight because I weigh in quite light. I weigh in like 88 kilos, 87 kilos.
What's that in pounds?
13 something.
Okay.
Bear in mind the cruiserweight limit is 90.7.
Yeah, 14.4.
So yeah, so I come in like a little bit, 2 and a bit, 3 kilos under. So I thought, let me try myself at like heavy, and I was meant to get catch weight at 81 kilos.
Yeah.
I got down to 81 kilos. Steve Goodwin had matched me with someone who was a cruiserweight. Yeah. So I was 81. My man was 92.
Yeah.
That was my 5th fight. And that's when I was like, this guy's not... Like, this is dangerous, bro.
Yeah, he's not looking after
But obviously, man's got to take the fight. Like, I can't... Because I sold the tickets and I found out same day weigh-in. Anyway, took the fight, won it. And it was just like, I was happy to like finish my contract with Goodwin undefeated. I was 9-0. Fought Ozzy Jervier in my last
That's
fight.
what I was going to say, because I see you boxed him the first time, dropped him twice, which is a very good scout because Ozzy's a serious guy. So that was impressive. And then you boxed him again 2 fights later. And you stopped him.
Yeah, stopped him in the first
man
round.
like Ozzy, I've seen him carry people. I ain't going to name no names.
You know what?
I've seen him carrying people.
2 fights before he fought me in my night fight, he I think he fought for the Southern Area and lost against Jose Lopez. Then he fought Isaac. Chamberlain, and that went 6 rounds. But I think Isaac stopped him in the 6th, TKO'd him or ref called it off or something like that. But I know Ozzy wanted to carry on. But anyway, then he fought myself, and I dropped in twice. But that was my first real live, semi-live opponent that I had in my night fight. And then everything shut down for 2 years.
You only got 1 fight in 2021, I noticed.
It was at my 10th fight. Yeah, that's when I I was meant to be on a card. Me and Denzel, this is when I joined Martin Bowers, was meant to be on a show, the Sonny Edwards show, but it was cancelled. I can't remember who he was meant to be fighting. It was meant to be at Copper Box.
Oh, I don't know.
But that was cancelled. Yeah. Then bear in mind, I hadn't. This time I'm 9-0. I've managed by Martin, but I'm not signed by Frank.
Okay.
I'm just there.
Yeah.
David Adelaide headlined the show. Chris Borg was meant to be on. Chris got COVID, so I took his spot. Thank God I was like on weight and in shape. I took his spot for my 10th fight. Got a 2nd round stoppage. I'm coming off that thinking, right, I'm gonna get signed. Got a 2nd round stoppage. Just fought in front of Frank, whatever. The guy was a journeyman though. But no, I didn't get signed. And then in my 11th fight, I'm rematching Aussie.
Yeah.
On the TN14 show, which is another small hall show.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like the way my career was like looking. Like I've gone from Goodwin to BT back to like a small hall. But I know it was difficult because I ain't signed, and I know that Martin was doing all he can. But I just had to stay in shape and stay in the gym. And then the boxer. Yeah.
So how was your mindset? And how did you feel like while she was unsigned? Like, how did you feel? Was it like pressure? How hard was it to stay focused and motivated?
It was hard because, like I said, the names that was in the gym, like Chris and Louis, they got contracts. Denzel, obviously. I felt like I was a bit of a sparring partner because it's like guys are coming in the gym in and around my weight. Dan Aziz will come to the gym every Friday, and I'm closest to his size, so I'm sparring him all the time. These guys are having fights and got dates, and I'm just like there every day waiting for something to pop off. So it's a little bit discouraging because obviously the training's hard. Yeah, it's taken a lot out of me, like physically and financially, to kind of go down there every day and train and spar, and I ain't getting dates. So it's
But saying that, it's like another similarity with Dan, because as you probably know that he was unsigned for time, and he was having a stakeout before he got there.
I know, but even outside of that, it's like sparring with Dan, training with Denzel, and seeing how these guys train and prepare for fights. It brought me on a lot. Sparring with Dan brought me on a lot. So I knew I was improving, even though I didn't have a date. And I think we saw that when I went to rematch Aussie again, and it was like I'd gone levels above, basically. But it was that, to answer your question about the mindset, it was tough because in my head, I'm with Martin Bowers, who's got all these guys, Daniel Dubois as well. Why aren't they getting signed? I'm still like, this is before Alois, Tommy Fletcher. I don't even think there was any other cruiserweights in the Queensbury stable.
Nah, so it's only Daniel was like the heavyweight, and that was it.
Yeah, so in my head, I'm like, oh, 9-0, you haven't got another cruiserweight. Like, sign me and fling me out there, kind of thing, like build me up. But I just hadn't achieved anything, and I get it from a business perspective. Had my 10th fight. That was encouraging. Yeah, to be on BT, get a stoppage. But yeah, I still weren't signed. I rematched Aussie. And then, the boxer phone call came.
So how did the boxer phone call come about? How did that come about when you got entered into it?
I saw them advertise it on Instagram, like Sky and Boxer. And I just was at everyone, like, tell them to at me. Like, I don't know how it really works like that, if that makes sense. But I just put my at in there. Just all the man on Insta, just at me. So my name was banging off in there. Then they reached out to Martin Bowers, someone on Sky or Boxer. It's like, oh, just wondering would Ellis like to enter the competition. And I was like, rah, like they shouted me. And then it was like, for me, I wanted to roll the dice because I'm 30 years old now. This is a few years ago, so I must have been like 28 or whatever. I'm like, I ain't really got nothing to lose. I'm not signed. Like nothing's really happening right now with Frank. Because look, the plan was I just keep having shows on undercards with BT until I get signed or a door opens for a title. Or we can go to Frank and say, look, we've got a title now. But I just don't think no one was going to pick me as a voluntary. So how am I going to get Southern Area English? Goodwin already told Martin that he's not going to put me in with the Southern Area champion that he had at the time, Daniel Mendes. So it's just like, how am I going to get a title? I can't fight for a British at that point.
No.
So anyway, so I was like, let's just roll the dice. Mine was like, oh, it's 3 rounds though. Like, you're not really a 3-round fighter. It's 3 fights in one night. These guys are going to be amateur experienced. They're used to 3 rounds. I was like, look, we ain't got nothing to lose. And to be fair, he was like, you know what? Right. So we entered and we prepared by just doing, shorter sparring, like 3 rounds, 4 rounds, coming out, resting for a bit and going back in there. And then, came out victorious.
Yeah, because you beat 2 unbeaten guys in the process in Jamie Smith and Ricky Reeves. And you was like an outsider. You wasn't one of the favourites, so you was like the wild card. And you entered it.
The thing is, I'd had like the joint most fights. Me and Jay Farrell, the guy I beat first, He was 9-2. I was 11-0. But
no one had known.
no one really knew who I was, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like Jamie, there was that buzz around him because I think he'd been sparring with Dylan White, or he had sparred with Dylan White, or something like that.
Yeah.
And obviously he was a good amateur. A few of them were good amateurs, to be fair. I think it was me. Like Ricky Reeves was quite inexperienced.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of them had like a lot in the amateurs. There was Johnny Nelson's guy, Sheldon McDonald.
Yeah. That's who they was. Yeah.
I wanted to fight.
So they was boosting him hard.
Yeah,
they were boosting him hard.
But yeah, came out like them man were like not immature, but just like I remember seeing Jamie Smith after the first fight.
Yeah.
And he was like in the change room, like celebrating. Like this is before he's fighting me.
Yeah.
Because we both won our first fight, and he was like celebrating, jumping around, being giddy, and I'm just chilling. Like.
So what? You was in this changing room?
Yeah.
together?
So it was like a big flipping it's like an underground car park with lights on the ceiling.
Okay.
And there was like banners
Right.
blocking. So our thing would be here.
Oh, like
our
little
table.
cubicles. I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Literally. But that I could see through it or see around.
Yeah, the little curtains.
And
Yeah,
I could hear them just jumping around. I'm just like, I'm just chilling, like relaxing, take my gloves off, like shadow boxing, warming up again, or warming down, stretching, whatever. But them lot, I don't know, they were just like, I feel like they just didn't handle the occasion the best way.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Very excited, like burning a lot
Inexperienced.
just like in life, do you know what I mean? Like just moving a bit like that. Jamie was probably the hardest fight though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could whack.
Yeah.
He could whack still. He could punch, man. But I think he came in a bit overconfident.
Yeah.
And then won the final against Ricky Reeves.
Got the
And
40
then, before
bags.
I know it, I was like 40 bags up and 14-0.
Yeah. And it was good because I saw you said that you was going to use the money to help your daughter. You said she's got autism. So how is the speech therapy going?
It's slow, like it's progress, but it's slow. Like she's still a child. She's only 6. So
Okay.
any kind of learning or development is going to be like gradual anyway, even for a normal child. But with the autism, it slows it down a little bit. But at that stage, she was basically being homeschooled because she was meant to be in reception, and the school just weren't. It was a mainstream school, and we was on a waiting list to get into a special school.
Yeah.
Which is where she's at now. So at that particular point when I made that comment, it was like we were like looking for someone like a private tutor to pay.
Yeah.
But it's like we didn't want to like start paying and then we can't maintain it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of P's, bro.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Like per hour kind of thing. And so yeah, that just came at a really like good time. But now she's in a school. The language is developing, but it's really slow. If that makes sense. Like you can hear the challenge. Like when she speaks, like it's like broken. If that makes sense. But yeah, she's in a much better place. Like now we're in a special school where people understand her. She's with kids that are kind of on her wavelength. If that makes sense. Because when she's in the mainstream school, like the teachers there, they kind of just like label them that like sports day she can't go, assembly she can't go, these kind of things. So that's kind of like challenging when I go to pick her up, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But now everything is much better. Like she's getting the help that she needs. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good, man.
Yeah, man. 100.
Yeah. So then you move on to the Dex Bellman fight.
Right. Yeah. So
How did that
I'm
come
14-0. Let me just tell you about the signing thing.
Yeah. Go on then. Yeah.
So I'm 14-0. Sky were offering 40 grand and a 6-fight deal. With me being 14-0, and I think Richard at the time, who was the only other cruiserweight at the time with Boxer, I think he was at 16-0.
Yeah.
How are they going to give me like a 6-fight deal? Because that would take me to 20 fights.
Yeah, 20, yeah.
Like, what's that going to look like financially? I just don't think they anticipated that. Because it can't be like £1,000 a round at that point. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But if they sign one of the guys who were like 2-0 or 4-0 at the time, they could give them like Chima.
Yeah.
Chima. Yeah. They can give him like learning fights. He can do 4-rounders and 6-rounders. I was at a place where I'm about to fight for title. So I was like, raw, I'm interested to see that this is going to be a lucrative offer. Like, and they were taking ages to contact me and Martin.
Yeah, sorry to cut you. Yeah. 1 second. So for the guys, when you said about £1,000 a round, because normally when you start off in the pros, when you're doing 4-rounders and 6-rounders, averaging out, depending what promoter, you could be paid £500 a round or £1,000 a round, 1,500 a round. Some do £2,000 a round if you're on the certain platforms. I won't name them, but you got to be with them. So yeah, that's what he means.
Yeah. So I thought, right, they're going to give us like a lucrative kind of deal. And what we can then do, because I'm still known by Frank, I've fought on BT, I'm with Martin Bowers, I've met Frank personally, like we can go and say, look, Frank, we got this offer from Sky. Let's talk.
Yeah.
And like, you know, come up with something. But Sky didn't offer anything. There was a print in a contract that said, you know, we can make the option. Like it's our option. If we don't want to sign you, we don't have to. But if we do, this is what it is. And obviously I knew that, but like, you know, the confetti in the air, the whole interview, 40 bags and 6-year deal.
Yeah, the big card.
It's life-changing. It's life-changing. Like, so I'm thinking like, raw, like 14-0, speak well, come through. Every fight was easy. Why would you not? But anyway, yeah, like they didn't sign me. They paid me, but they didn't sign me. They said, oh, like, we'll give you a fight. We'll give you an 8-rounder. But that's all we can kind of do. And I'm like, bro, there's no security in that. So anyway, Frank was willing to sign me up kind of like straight away. And then it's not a bad thing. It was just because I joined Martin to sign with Frank. That was always the thing prior.
Okay. Yeah, because Martin and Frank.
Exactly. So I was always there and I'd already fought on BT. So it was cool. But I wanted to go to Frank and the office with a bit more of like, look, this is what Sky offering me. Can you do me better? That didn't happen. But Frank put me on a good deal still. So yeah, we thank God. And then first fight, September, Denzel Bentley's undercard. I fight Dex Spellman. Going into that fight, is probably like the best I'd ever felt until fight day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like.
So what happened?
Like my nutrition was just mad. Like I just couldn't keep my food down. I don't know if it's because I was like nervous though. Could have been nervous. Yeah. But at the same time, I was thinking I've just traveled to Manchester, just me up with my dad because Martin didn't come until the night because Denzel was fighting Linus.
Adolf. Yeah.
At the O2.
Yeah, Indigo.
On the Friday.
Yeah.
I fought on the Saturday, but I was in Manchester from Wednesday. Did the live draw, did the presser thing, did the media thing, did the weigh-in, all without Martin, just me and my dad kind of thing. So I'm like, that's more pressure than everyone else who got their team with their t-shirts. I'm just kind of like one man up. Fought in Manchester. Don't know who I'm fighting till the night, basically, like in the semis and the final. That's a lot more pressure than fighting at York Hall, where I've had all my bouts. Yeah. Even my bout on BT. So I'm like going there, fighting a former light heavyweight who's kind of a come forward fighter, which I do a lot better against because I can jab, I can move my feet. So I was calm. Like I was very much like, not this is going to be a breeze, but I just thought it's my time to shine. It's my first fight on thing. There's going to be a bit of a hype around, man. Yeah. But then, so going back to the food thing, but when I couldn't keep my food down, I was thinking like, am I just nervous or like,
but what was the diet though? What was you eating?
It's not even about what I was eating the same thing I always eat, like chicken and rice and pasta and
what kind of chicken?
Chicken breast. I normally eat chicken thighs.
Was you taking the skin off?
Yeah, bite without the skin. More time.
Yeah.
And when I say I couldn't keep it down, I'm not saying I was throwing up, bro. I just mean that I just couldn't. I had no appetite.
Oh, you couldn't eat?
Yeah, I couldn't eat. Like I just couldn't. Sorry, I should have worded it differently. I couldn't really. Like I ate at 2:00, and I tried to eat again before I left.
Yeah, because when you say keeping it down, that means it's throwing up. Yeah.
But yeah, I just had no appetite, bro.
Yeah. Oh, that's
no
mad.
appetite. And then when I was warming up, so I ate at like 2:30, and I should have ate again at like 5, but I just couldn't.
Yeah, that's nerves.
When I got But going back to the boxer thing, I was thinking, why am I nervous? Because I'm fighting at York Hall, I'm comfy, like my people's there, it's my home event kind of thing. First fight with BT, fighting a former light heavyweight who I tailor-made slyly. Bro, when I was warming up, when I tell you I was like light, like I didn't feel strong at all. Yeah, I was hitting the pads and I was like trying to kill the time, trying to like take long to hit the pads because I'm tired.
You're not trying to burn out.
This is a madness. Like I'm going into a fight, bro. But I'm not trying to just disorganized, bro. Like no banana, nothing.
Yeah, no glucose.
Bro, nothing. Thinking I'm moving like a waste, man. Anyway, get in the fight. I'm able, the way I boxed, I was controlling the pace, bro.
Yeah.
First 2 rounds, 3 rounds, I'm controlling the pace. I dropped him in the 4th, and I knew I was fatigued because I felt like it took more out of me than it did him. Even though like he was rattled and he went down.
Yeah.
I went back to the corner. I was like, please don't get up. Don't. Even he ain't hit me at this point really with anything in the first 4 rounds.
Yeah.
I'm like, please don't get up. Like, I pray this is just over.
Yeah.
Because I'm blowing. I'm tired, bro. I dropped him in the first like 30 seconds of the 4th. I spent the next 2 minutes trying to get rid of him. And bro, it took everything out of me trying to get rid of him.
Yeah.
And he's tough, but if I was like better fueled, he's going, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Round 5, round 6, I had to take it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to kill the clock. Like, and now the fight's over and we're past it. I can say it. But yeah, I was trying to kill the clock.
Yeah, because you was in some troublesome spells.
Bro, round 6 and round 7,
Yeah.
it was mad.
Yeah.
Like he weren't hitting me hard, I didn't feel, but I just felt he was hitting me often.
Yeah, it's accumulation.
And it was just like, boom, boom, boom. My head was just like, pop, 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 like. But it was just draining me, bro. Like, I know the difference. Like, it weren't hurting me. It was just draining me. It's like, this is long. Sitting on the ropes, like I'm taking punches. But, yeah, I feel like he's tough.
Yeah, no, he's a tough guy.
He's a tough man,
brother.
but, like, I feel like I gave him too much credit or he got too much credit for that. But I came through a wonder fight on points.
It's like British Fight of the Year.
Yeah, people saying like round of the year as well. Like the 7th round, because I think he rattled me heavy in the 7th.
Yeah.
Similar to what I did to him, but I didn't go down. And then I rattled him back. And he used a lot of energy trying to get rid of me in that. We're just both folded, bro.
Yeah.
Like some slow motion fighting. Like,
Yeah.
but it was a good scrap, man. Like my nose is blocked, there's blood everywhere. Like he got a cut. Everyone was like up on their feet. Are you all cool? Like, it was a proper scrappers, man. And yeah, I won that on points. And then, yeah, it took some time. Not even took time off, but that was September. Then I didn't fight again till, when did I last fight? A couple of weeks ago, like last month. I don't even know the date anymore. May must have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, against Jose Burton.
Yeah, Jose Burton. So then how did that fight come about? Because Jose Burton campaigned at light heavy as well. He said that, because I was surprised, because he was talking about after Dan that, you know, he's done, because you know he's a good talker, and he was like, I'm done. Then I see him scheduled against you. So then how did that come about?
So after the deck fight, just going back to myself, it was like, all right, cool. We've had the acid test kind of thing, made it harder than it needed to be, but I had my 8-rounder, I went all the rounds, and now I can get a title fight.
Yeah.
Being 15-0, can't fight for the Southern area. Can fight.
Can't you?
No, I can. I'm allowed. But it's like,
you feel you're
I'm
past
15-0. I'm a little bit past it. Like where the belt was in my division at the time. It's not like when Dan Aziz fought for it. When he fought for the Southern area, it was live on Sky.
Yeah.
It was with another credible opponent. I forget his name. But with mine, it was like, it's with a Goodwin fighter who's, yeah, it just weren't really going to happen.
Yeah.
The English was tied up. Everything was kind of tied up. So it was like, where are we going to kind of go? And that's why I was out the ring for a bit, because it's like, I can't just have another anything fight. Like I need to have a title fight. This opportunity become available. And he's like a good name.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Obviously, 30 at the time, 30 fights, 3 losses against the elite, slyly. Dan Aziz, Bolotniks, and Frank Buglioni.
Yeah.
Good amateur career. Like on paper, he's had double the fights that I've had. So yeah, that become available. The WBO European was vacant. And then yeah, Martin was like, look, I think we should take this fight. It's a good name. It'll put you out there. You'll be main event at York Hall. So it's kind of like, yeah, that's how that came about, really.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a good fight. Yeah, it started off well, boxing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You got buzzed in about was it the 4th?
Someone said that. Like, a few people have said that, and I can't recall. I've watched it back. I can't recall that. What?
Yeah, I wrote it down in my notes and I did a breakdown.
I don't recall like really being buzzed. Someone said a body shot one time.
Nah, it was a head one, and then that's when he tried to go for it. I think it was round 5, and then from there.
Oh, when I was on the ropes. Maybe.
Yeah. And then he that's when he burned his.
Yeah, I think like, okay, so early in the fight, it's hard to kind of explain this, but I just knew I would get to him.
Yeah.
I didn't know I would get to him in the way that I did. I thought I might break him down, TKO, like him, not quit, but or Jamie throwing the towel. I didn't think it would be like a knockout punch, like one punch. But like from the first round, although outboxing me at times, he was very like aware of me. Like I could see he didn't want it.
Yeah.
If that makes, do you know what I'm trying to
his
say?
eyes,
Like,
the eyes.
Yeah, like I could see it, his body language. Like, and then I think in the 4th round, he begun to like breathe with his mouth open, and I was jabbing him to the body. I could see he was holding his feet a little bit longer.
Yeah, the JBs was good.
A little bit longer, just a little bit longer. He's holding his feet like. If he holds his feet for a split more second, I'm gonna be on him. And that was the first time when I caught him and got him going in the 7th. That was the first time, credit to him, that I actually stood still. But no, he was like he blooded my nose, I think, in the 1st round.
Yeah, but that can happen anyway.
But it just don't look good.
Yeah, because
you know
you must have been inspiring,
yeah,
with like, you know, civilians.
Yeah.
And they throw this, you know what I'm talking in it. And they throw this weird punch and it just grazes your nose. All of a sudden, blood starts streaming on your thing.
And
you're
it just
thinking,
looks away.
and you're thinking that it didn't even hurt. Like,
I
but
didn't
now
even,
he's gonna go and say, yeah, man, rock him
but
up.
it gives him like confidence.
Yeah.
You know, if you bust my nose, like you're gonna be looking at me thinking, raw, yeah, and it affects my breathing, rah.
Yeah.
But no, the game plan was literally what we did, like jab to the head, jab to the body, and come through with the right, come over the top with the right hand. Like I see Dan land that shot bare times, slightly different to mine, but Dan was landing an overhand right. I'm a little bit taller than Dan, but Jose's got a low left hand. And
yeah, because Dan did it in the European title fight, but your one was different because your one, British. You did it like
British.
No, he did it
Who, Dan?
to take the European title in France.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant when he fought Jose Burton.
No. In that one, he just pummeled him in the corner. Yeah, I'm talking about the European one when he went bang over the top.
When he walked onto it.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Come on, the master aficionado. You know where it is. So yeah, and then you now, I like your one though, because your one was like the West Indies cricket bowling. Yours on, you dipped and just went boom. I was like, raw.
Bro, that was a mad shot. Still.
That was like something you would have done outside the Rising Sun or Yates.
Bro.
So I was like, I flattered him.
But I knew I was getting to him like even after he had that spell in the 5th.
Yeah.
It's like, it took a little bit, like I was still there. I was still like in his face and I was still like, had my faculties or whatever you say. I was very much in the fight.
Yeah.
But I could see it was slowing him down. And I just knew I'd get to him. But again, I didn't know I'd get to him like that. But once I landed that first double jab right and he went on the ropes, I just started letting go.
Yeah.
And then I caught him with a left hook that kind of like sent him. I see his eyes roll. I was like, yeah, I'm on you, bro.
And then he kind of fell to the floor. Yeah.
I think the ref should have given that as a knockdown.
Yeah.
Not that I wanted it, but I'm saying for him, because he would have got 8 seconds.
Well, it's beneficial for you anyway.
When I walked back to him, he was just there. He wasn't out on his feet, but he was just there. Like, and then I hit him with a jab, not even a fast jab. It was like a pouring jab.
Yeah.
And he just took it, and I was like, yeah, he's not.
It's a sitting duck now.
And I dipped bow.
Yeah, the way you dipped. Yeah. No, that was sick. I like that. I've watched that on a replay. That was a sick move. Shot, the way you laughed.
I think that shot would took out a lot of
most cruiserweights. To be fair, because that was you detonated that.
Everything still.
Yeah, you detonated.
But no, I was glad that I could like carry my power like late in the fight, despite having the nose issue going on.
And I think also you hit harder than your record suggests.
Oh, massively.
Your percentage is not that high. But when I see you landed on people, there's some serious power behind it.
It's like I think the fighters that I watched, like Floyd and Roy Jones and Andre Ward and James Toney, they're all defensive fighters, or counter punchers. Like I remember watching, like, obviously I know Dan, but I remember watching Dan against Hosea trying to practice what he does, but I'm just like, Dan has defense, don't get twisted, but it's different to mine. He's much more front foot, aggressive kind of fight, and I'm just like, I can't emulate what Dan is doing. Like I can't do it this way, if that makes sense. But
plus he does this thing where he level changes at the up and down jack in the box thing.
And he jumps in range like quite well. Like you'll be thinking you're safe, and then before you know it, just a stiff jab, he just jumps into it. But no, so yeah, like I knew I carried the power to do it, and I knew I would do it. Like I had 10 rounds to do it, and basically, I did it. I got there in the end.
Yeah, man. So, what's next for?
So I want to eventually, at some point in my career, like fight for a British title.
Yes.
Obviously in boxing, I'm not saying I've leapfrogged it now because it depends who's in your division at the time, and the British is hot right now.
Yeah.
But it's tied up. Mikel Lawal is going to fight Isaac Chamberlain. I've got Isaac to win that. That fight was postponed a couple of weeks ago. So they'll probably fight before the end of the year. I don't know, September, November.
Yeah, because Isaac's fighting next week, but then they'll Wait forward.
So it's not going to be straight away, but
Yeah.
it'll be this year. Then David Jameson and Chev Clark just fought yesterday as the final eliminator for the winner. Chev Clark won that 4th round knockout. Good performance. So he'll fight the winner of Lawal and Isaac. Then I guess the winner or whatever will fight me. But you're looking like 18 months, 2 years.
Yeah, 18 months about,
realistically, because by the time Lawal and Isaac fight, they'll have time off a few months. Chev will fight Isaac probably. Then they'll have a few months. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I just can't sit here doing nothing. So what I can do, I got a world ranking now, ranked number 15 in the world with the WBO. I can defend my belt. You mentioned earlier, there's other belts out there that might have been vacant.
Yeah, there's some vacant belts out there which I spoke to you about. The
Commonwealth or whatever. So we'll just see. But you know what? Like where Martin's got me to now, from where I went to him 9-0, and now I'm 16-0, 7th in the country, 15th in the world.
He's done a good job.
I trust him.
Yeah, he's done a good job.
I trust him.
Yeah.
Like when I first went there, I was giddy. I was like, Mark, we got to get out. Like I want to get out. I was on this thing of just fighting anyone for anything. Whereas now it's like I see the path. If he says this, I'm just like cool.
Trust the process.
Yeah, man, 100%, bro. Like he's got that patience that I needed, innit? So
yeah, he's very calm.
Yeah, 100%.
Very, very calm guy.
So now that I'm there, if he says we're gonna make a defense, I'll make a defense. But at the same time, there's so many other belts and other fights happening domestically. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
a guy might pull out, vacant belt, injuries. So I just kind of stay ready, and I'm in the place now where like, although I'm on my own path, the phone could ring from another promotional company. Yeah. Like I might have a little bit more of a target on my back than what I've had 2 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you got something.
Exactly. Now. So phone could ring from another company. If the numbers make sense, like there's no reason why I can't go and fight on another platform or whatever, defend my belt somewhere else or whatever.
Yeah. So are you happy with your career thus far? And how's life going? Because I saw an interview title where I didn't actually watch the interview because I didn't want anything to influence any of my line of questioning. But I saw it say a title. Where you haven't been happy since.
So with that one, it was kind of like, see how we talk about my upbringing. Yeah. Here, regarding growing up in Lewisham, like he was touching on like the family breakup. Okay. Yeah, and I was saying that since then, life is it's just like clickbait. But since then, I was saying, since my mum and dad split when I was 11, things have been like, not downhill, but...
It's not the same.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's created something in me where it's like...
Was they married before?
No, they weren't married, but it was like... That was like the first time in my life that I encountered like, I don't know, stress, drama. Yeah. Kind of pain, if that makes sense. Yeah. Prior to that, I was like mad innocent. Yeah. And I think like, my 2 brothers went to live with my mum. I stayed with my dad in Catford. Okay. They moved to Bromley.
Okay, it's only down the road.
Only down the road. But it was like, where dad's working long hours now, I'm just at home.
Free time.
So I'm just doing... So that's where I was saying, it depends who you get mixed up with in school. Yeah. So yeah, since then, like, started getting arrested and started getting kicked out of school and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, it stemmed from that thing in my life, basically. So that's what that was about. Yeah.
Okay, so what was you getting arrested for? Like petty crime?
Yeah, like just robberies, harassment, robbery.
Harassment?
Yeah, just like basically outside people's houses.
Okay.
But it goes under harassment. Sure.
Okay.
Like, maybe people we don't like. Or,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pull up summer.
Yeah.
I hear you. Come on.
Literally.
Yeah, I've had to do a couple of them, but yeah, I haven't been arrested.
So yeah, no, that was it. But it was just, yeah, man. And that just had a knock-on effect on everything, innit? Like going to different schools and whatever. Yeah. So that's where that come from.
Yeah.
But it was a bit of.
As Lloyd Banks says, we send cars to your cribs like a cab dispatcher.
Yeah, trust me. So that's what it used to be.
I hear that.
But yeah, that's where that caption come from still.
Yeah. No, but it's good that you've turned it around and stuff.
But career now, I got a good deal with Frank. I'm in a very secure place. My purses have increased dramatically. My stability in boxing has increased dramatically. Now I've got a title. I have no need to be inactive. I got a fight deal with Frank, so I know I'm gonna be fighting so many times per year. Yeah, this is kind of what I've been looking for and waiting for long. This is what I got into boxing for. Obviously, there's other levels, but I'm there now. Yeah, to a certain degree. I still got fights to win and stuff to do, but I'm there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I'm very blessed and happy, man.
No, that's
For
good.
sure, man.
That's good. All right. So now we're moving on to the penultimate round, series of questions. You must know how this goes. So yeah, man, let's get into this.
I'm going to let you down with some of my answers. I know this already.
Ring that bell. All right. Red corner or blue corner?
Red.
Left hook or straight right?
Left hook.
Everlast or fly?
Everlast.
Cleto, Rays or Grants?
Grants.
Rival or winning?
Winning.
For boots, Nike or Adidas?
Adidas.
Yeah. Everlast or Lonsdale boots?
I've never worn Everlast. I'll say Everlast. They look a bit better. And Errol Spence wears them. So I'll say.
Come on. York Hall or Copper Box?
I've not thought of Copper Box. I'm gonna say Copper Box because I want to fight a Copper Box and it looks a little bit better than York Hall.
Yeah. Wembley Arena or O2 Arena?
O2 Arena.
Tupac or Biggie?
Jeez Louise. Generally, I'd have to say Tupac still.
Yeah. Nas or Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
Ali or Tyson?
Tyson.
Jack Johnson or Joe Lewis?
Joe Lewis.
Ray Robinson or Ray Leonard?
Because of my era, I'll say Leonard. Ray Leonard.
Michael Buffer or Jimmy Lennon Jr.?
Michael Buffer.
Mills Lane or Steve Willis?
Mills Lane. The greatest.
Let's get it out. Spence or Crawford?
Spence.
Come on. You know what it is.
Good fight though, bro.
Big fish. Man down.
Man down.
Strap season.
Trust me.
Beterbiev or Bivol?
Bivol.
Jamel Charlo or Tim Taju?
Charlo.
Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson?
Shakur Stevenson.
Canelo or David Benavidez?
Ooh. David Benavidez.
Yes! Come on, you lot are getting behind it. I've been telling you lot for 2.5 years.
David Benavidez.
Trust me, my guy's going to do it. Akoli or Richard Riakpo?
Richard.
No, sorry. I need to change this now. Riakpo, Chris Billam Smith too.
Richard.
Yeah. Fury or Usyk?
Fury.
AJ Wilder.
Wilder.
BMW or Mercedes?
BMW.
Audi or Lexus?
Oh, Audi. Never been a Lexus.
Rolls Royce or Bentley?
Bentley.
Dark skin or light skin?
Dark skin.
Slimline or curvy thick?
Curvy thick.
Natural or surgery?
Natural.
That's what we're telling you.
Hell.
Hey, listen, there's a lot of women.
People come up here and say,
no one
bro.
has. But what it is, you know what it is? A lot of women online, they're saying the reason why they're doing what they're doing is because the man them want it. The man them some allegedly requesting it, which I've never heard of. So I've been telling them no, and I'm doing
the natural
market research.
Yeah.
So it's just showing you.
Fair enough.
And I'm getting some boxes up here, high value men. So if you're trying to get,
yeah, natural for me still.
Garage or house?
Garage.
Drum and bass or jungle?
Drum and bass.
R&B or slow jams?
Oh, R&B.
Dance hall or Afro beats?
Afro beats.
Soca or calypso?
Soca.
So your background is English and Nigerian, right?
Yeah, but I haven't my dad's side of the family, I haven't linked them. I've never been Nige. So
you eat Nigerian food though?
Not really, bro.
No.
Yeah, I saw your thing with Dan Aziz and I was like, if he answers me these questions,
no, he's hard back though.
I'm finished.
He's tribal.
So put it this way, I've had
jollof rice.
Yeah.
So jollof rice or rice and peas?
Rice and peas, I can't even.
What else you had?
I had the only other thing I've had is pounded jam and the goosey soup.
Okay, so
and I like that still.
Okay, a goosey soup or Beef soup, yard style.
A goosey soup.
Okay. Pounded yam. I don't even know what to compare that to. Because, yeah, Jamaican yam's different.
I probably ain't even had the Jamaican yam, you know.
Ain't you?
Yeah.
Yam and banana and dumpling and them things.
Oh,
there.
dumpling, yeah, actually, yeah, I've had dumpling. Of
Okay.
course.
All right. Meat pie or Cornish pasty?
Meat pie?
Yeah. So what, do you eat Caribbean food though? What food do you
Much
eat?
more than African food.
Okay.
Much more than African food. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, much more than African.
Curry goat or oxtail?
Oh, curry goat.
Guinness punch or sorrel?
Never had.
Sorrel. All right. We'll move on. Go on, I start getting.
I'll try to WhatsApp you, bro. I'm saying.
No, but I'm not going to be doing pie, mash, and fish and chips. We're not doing that in here. No.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Evian or Volvic?
Evian.
Voss or Fiji?
Fiji.
Lucozade Sport or Wow Hydrate?
Lucozade Sport.
Matchroom or Queensbury?
Queensbury.
Top Rank or PBC?
PBC.
Black Box Global or Goodwin Boxing?
Black Box Global.
Come on, big up, Dean.
100%.
So for lifestyle, would you do you prefer town or countryside?
Countryside.
And I see you're a dog lover.
Yeah.
So boxer or a staff?
Staff.
Doberman or Yorkshire Terrier?
Doberman.
Bull Mastiff or French Mastiff?
Bull Mastiff.
Doberman or Rottweiler?
Rottweiler. Rottweiler's my thing. Yeah.
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 Yorkshire Terrier or a pug?
What's a Yorkshire Terrier again?
Yeah, them little ankle biter dogs, they normally come in twos.
What's the pug? No, a pug's got the big old eyes.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah, yeah.
Not that one.
You know the
other
little
one.
ankle biter one. They're
yeah,
mad.
yeah.
They're always like
I hate
like
both of them.
siblings.
I hate both of them. To
Yeah.
be fair. But the pug's got the big eyes, isn't it?
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I was with a pug the other day. I'll say pug. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say pug still.
Yeah. And then last one, American Pit Bull or British Pit Bull?
I don't even know the difference, bro. I'll say British Pit Bull.
The British Pit Bull is the one that's like got the rugby ball face.
Oh, is that them? The ugly.
Yeah.
I heard they can switch on their owners, man.
Yeah, they're mad.
I'll say the American then.
Yeah.
But they're just as
Yeah, they're a bit
mad,
nuts as well.
or just
It's
as
like,
dangerous, isn't it, or something?
I think the American ones are more dangerous. To be
Is
fair,
it?
yeah, they are more dangerous when
Well,
they
like,
get,
naturally,
when they
it
lock
depends
you.
on
When
how
they
they
lock you, you're in more trouble. Yeah, you're in more trouble. What about a British Bulldog and American Bulldog?
Don't know the difference in them two. To be honest, I can't even. Gash
Oh
you.
man, you're meant to be the dog man.
I can't even gash you, bro.
All
Sorry.
right, fair enough. So what dog? What
So
breed your dog?
We had a Rottweiler. Yeah, but the last one that we just lost, it was a Mastiff and Rott.
Yeah, the one I see you hugging
Yeah.
in the picture.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
Mastiff and a Rott.
Yeah.
Yeah,
big
because I was
black
thinking
one.
the face is look. I thought it was like half Doberman, half Mastiff.
No.
It's got a
half
Doberman
Rottweiler.
color. It's like that black and brown.
With the little baby one, you mean? I'm hugging in my WhatsApp photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Rottweiler and a Mastiff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
But like, in my life, I've had like 5 Rottweilers,
Oh wow.
like pure. But that one was crossed. Yeah.
I hear that. So yeah, that's the penultimate round completed. You done well, man.
Thank you,
Give him
man.
some good answers. See, it's not so hard. So yeah, plug yourself, Mr. Blue Ticker. I see you now.
Yeah. So I'm only on Instagram, you know. So Ellis_Zorro. So ELLIS_ZORRO. I don't really do the Twitter thing. You know
Okay.
what? I had the Twitter. Like when I joined Queensbury, Dev set me up on Twitter
Yeah.
and gave me like the blue tick or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like literally someone hacked my Twitter the next day.
Someone hacked the Fight Fan
Hacked my-
TV live.
Hacked my
Twitter.
Twitter. Hacked my Insta. Deleted all my pics on my Insta.
Yeah.
This is just the other day, bro.
Yeah.
When I finished, after I beat Hosea,
Yeah.
they deleted everything.
Yeah,
So luckily I got it
punks.
back. But it's
Yeah, I
jarring.
hear that. So where did oh yeah, also, I always want to know, where's this name Zorro come from? Is this a real name?
I don't think it's like the name my dad was born with.
Yeah.
And then I'm 100% sure it wasn't.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was like made up.
Yeah, because that's not a Niger name.
No. That's not his name. But
Yeah.
it was like made up. I don't know, like maybe to avoid Grandad or just
Okay,
just
one of
Ghost.
them. Okay, I hear that.
One of those situations.
James St. Patrick things, yeah?
So yeah, that's where it comes from.
Okay then, yeah man, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man,
I see you.
100%.
Nice sunny day,
100.
lovely weather.
Yeah, man.
Man's all Johnson baby oiled up. You know these light skin band them. So nah, man, love for coming on, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
repping
Thanks for
and
having
keep
me.
doing what you're
Thanks for
doing,
it,
man.
100%, bro.
Proud
Love,
of you, man.
Appreciate
Yeah, man.
it. Thank you.
And yeah. So there you go, guys. It's another episode of the Neutral Corner. It's Danny Glover with the champ, Ellis Zorro, and it's proudly sponsored by Treasure Boxing Club. It's the Neutral Corner. Make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the comment section, leave a comment, and yeah, on Fight Fan TV Live, catch me on Instagram, also on Fight Fan TV Live, and at Danny Glover _EST, also on Twitter. All this will be in the handle, by the way, at Danny Savvy Right. DANI SAVVY WRIGHT. And that's what it is. And remember, guys, just like Ellis Zorro's career, as he's, you know, it took him a while to get signed, but as we know, persistence beats resistance.
100%.
You know where it is.
100%.